welcome to Friday Finish Lines. Thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel where I take motivational quotes and I use them on different topics, not only to inspire you guys, but you can take these quotes, use them in your own way, and inspire those around you. With that being said, my topic of discussion today is boundaries and how to set them, how to properly convey to someone in your life that this is something that you're not willing to put up with, and these are the things that you are willing to put up with. So making sure we're setting the right boundaries, communicating them properly, and letting our partners, our friends, our family know where it is that we draw the line. So with that being said, I have one great quote for you guys today, so let's get started. All right, guys, start you guys off with the first quote. It comes from Jeanette Karan. She says, "You have to love and respect yourself enough to not let people use and abuse you. You have to set boundaries and keep them. Let people clearly know you won't tolerate to be treated, and let them know how you expect to be treated." The reason I only chose this quote for today is because I think it just sets out clearly and exactly where it is that boundaries come from and where it is that you need to place them and how it is you convey them to others. Because in the beginning it says, you have to love and you respect yourself enough. A lot of us feel as though it's okay to let people, come into our boundaries or let people cross our boundaries because maybe we make a mistake, maybe we think we're not good enough or in a place to set those boundaries just because of this situation that's happening within the relationship. And a lot of us feel in those moments as though we can't speak up because, they let this slide for me that one time, or they did this, they did that, and we continue to make these excuses. But when does it come to the point where those excuses run out? When a boundary is crossed so far that it's really hard to forgive, it's really hard to turn back. And it's just a buildup of situations that has led you to that point because of not setting those boundaries from the beginning, because you let those things slide, because you just let it roll off your shoulders, or you're saying that they'll change, if I tell them this right now, things will happen. And so setting your boundaries has to become a number one thing when it comes to relationships, friendships, work, or even work-related things. Letting people know what it is that you will not put up with, and letting them know what it is that you expect to be reciprocated to you because of the way you will treat them and respect their boundaries. But also just being really, really clear with what you expect. Sitting this person down, telling them in detail what it is that you are looking for, what it is that you are expecting out of what's happening between you and that person or this relationship that you have with someone. Letting them know that these are the things that you don't put up with. These are things that are just a definite no-go for moving forward or for the future that you want to build. And so as we have these conversations, you have to make sure that you're not coming at this person in a way like, oh, you better not do this or you better not do that, like scolding them or being aggressive with them, but letting them know, like, this is why I come from a place and setting this boundary. This is what has happened to me, and this is why I set this boundary. Just being very open and very clear, and then obviously not getting upset when they cross a boundary and you haven't even talked to them about it. How can you be so angry with somebody or upset with somebody when they do something that you necessarily don't like or you necessarily just don't see as a good thing, and you never really conveyed to them that this is something that bothered you or this is something that irks you? And I always compare it to like kind of the thing that's been going around like with icks. Everyone gets an ick. This guy gave me an ick, or this girl gave me this ick, and obviously those are like little minor things, maybe not as serious as a boundary, but I believe it can kind of lead into that, as we let these icks affect us, or let these icks kind of cloud our mind and cloud our judgment and really kind of paint a picture of this person, even if it's not really truly them, but we let those icks get to us. Just, talking about it, being like, hey, that was kind of weird, or like, I didn't really like that. I'm not very comfortable with you doing that or saying those things. So just getting those things out of the way and really conveying your truth to somebody, knowing that what you have to say is valid, when you're in your feelings and how you feel about certain things are important, because you want this person to know, and you want to be able to create a safe space for that person to feel comfortable to open up to you about your boundaries and not feel judged or feel like you're going to attack them or use it against them later on down the line. So make sure you're conveying your boundaries properly, make sure you're talking to this person, and make sure you know what your boundaries are, and make sure that you're not making excuses, because I guarantee those excuses will start to compound over time, and then you'll start to really resent a person for something that they maybe didn't really have control over, or something that they could have learned if you would have just told them. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next week with a new video. It is the month of April, and I'm wishing you guys the best. The sun is starting to come out. Hopefully there's no more rain. For those of you that are going to Coachella these next 2 weekends, stay safe, stay hydrated. Make sure you're taking care of those in your group and taking care of yourself as well. But also, don't forget to have an amazing time and go and see who you want to see. No matter if you go alone, go see them and have fun. But that's just my 2 cents. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope this year is still going great for you. And even if it's not, there's still more months for you to make your year an amazing one. That being said, see you guys next week, all right? Thanks.